Hi, Cevat. Thank you so much for being here. It is such a pleasure to be speaking with you. I'm really excited to learn more about the Tomorrow Foundation and all the progress that you've been making. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Nicole. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Really excited to be here with you at Leap. And to kick things off, before we get into the meat of the conversation, I would love for us to take a step back and talk about the Tomorrow Foundation's founding story. So can you tell us about how the company's mission and vision have evolved since inception?
Yes, so the first thing I want to say is Tomorrow Foundation is what we call a for-profit foundation, right? And people are like, what the hell is that, right? So what it is really is like, it is about encompassing the right thing, right? Making sure we do the right thing for the right reasons. So to begin with, many businesses, they kind of take benefit of planet and people and make lots of profits. And then they build foundations to help the planet and help people, which I think at least is a good initiative there, at least, right? But that's the old model, the way I think of it, because we have a responsibility with new generations.
Yes.
I have a responsibility to my kids. And so we thought the best way would be to build a business that actually is doing benefit for planet and people and then makes profits, right? So a for-profit foundation that turns the responsibility in a sustainable way, right? So that's the founding parameters, I would say, from the Tomorrow Foundation. And then our vision is to see how we can build technology or foundational technology that can empower future generations, including the current generation, and how they can live in a more life where they can thrive, and as opposed to taking benefit from.
I absolutely love that mission and vision for the Tomorrow Foundation. And first of all, we're going to talk about digital twins and smart cities. But before we dive into that, I'd love to know, basically, what is a digital twin, and does it have anything to do with the metaverse?
It's a very, very good question, because I do think there's a difference between a metaverse and then the digital twin topics, but even also about the future of the internet, right? I think that we are looking at three major disruptions going to happen. We're looking at entertainment evolving from games and movies and different siloed escapisms, even within the industry of gaming, for example, into a much more seamless and interoperable and asset ownership-based entertainment world, right? So this is where the future of entertainment lies, in the metaverse. And then we have realities being extended from physical realities to smart realities, smart cities and things like that, all the way to super realities, as we call them. Super realities meaning that you have realities that are intelligent, with AI empowerment, but also feature digital twins as the infrastructural element, and then augmented reality to enhance reality further, right? So that is what we call eventually a virtual twin reality. And that being said, I think these two disruptions by itself will elevate society. And then you have the future of the internet, which is largely a 2D and alone internet today, and an internet of information and an internet of connecting with people. And now I think it's time for bringing people together in a real-time way, just like in real life, right? We call this Internet of Life. And so there's these three different major disruptions coming. What is a digital twin? A digital twin is effectively a copy of something physical as a digital item and a digital system. And that digital system connects in an ideal world to the virtual one. The digital twin connects to the real world and lives from the parameters and also steers the parameters, meaning that a digital twin, for example, may replicate the space, but also it might connect to IoT of that space, the Internet of Things, like lights and energy information, even all the way to sensors around people, like people coordinates, and then may reflect it in the digital twin. And now what happens is the digital twin makes the real world computable, right? Because an AI system, just looking at the real world without a camera, would not understand what's going on. But the twin can tell, this is what's going on. And now the beautiful thing about this is an engine, like a game engine, can help optimizing the twin. And by optimizing the twin, it optimizes the real life.
That is absolutely fascinating. I'd love to learn more about that as you progress. And what are some of the ways that cities are using digital twins to enable intelligent services?
When you look at cities, the opportunity lies in building an infrastructure based on the digital twin paradigm, as we call the virtual twin reality. So cities, greenfield, or brownfield, as in like new cities as well as existing cities, have the opportunity to build the entire operations as an operation system on top of a virtual twin reality connecting to the city itself, and building a platform now where not only the IoT information and data is shared, the entire twin is shared with developers, which is much more important, because what that means is, as a developer of AR apps, for example, I don't have to be I don't have to be worried about that my AR is going to pollute the entire space, because there is a holistic platform for everybody to work within, and the city would be governing that, right? As opposed to the private sector, because it is about their space. It's about under their governance, right? And so what happens is the city would be playing also at an editorial role. What happens in the city? What is placed where? Like, for example, to avoid things like where a game developer might put a monster on the street and kids run on the streets while cars are coming, right? Yeah. So that could be very dangerous. So the city can lay out zones for certain things and say, okay, here you can do advertisements, here you can do gaming, here you can do recreations, yeah? And then developers can use that twin in a guided way, in a safe way, to launch AR applications. But also autonomous cars, for example, can use these virtual twin paradigms to operate the reality. Like every car, yeah, might have a twin as well. And now if you have lots of traffic and all those cars are replicated also in a twin, you might be able to strategically organize the traffic much more intelligently now, what an autonomous car normally cannot see, right? And normally autonomous cars see inside out, but in a virtual twin reality-based system, the AI would see outside in, and would see all the traffic happening and all the different elements that have to be interplaying with, and make sure that it provides the best quality of life for every aspect of life, right? Traffic, economy, and things like that. So it becomes an integration platform for all participants of the city through the digital interface to the city, and computing can be served then for that operation. So in an ideal world, developers and physical creators like car manufacturers, drone makers, robotics makers, all integrate with one platform to the city, right?
Wow. I had never thought of it that way, and that's actually the perfect segue into my hypothetical that I want to throw out there just for you.
Yes, please.
So if I'm a citizen in one of these smart cities, powered by digital twins, what can I expect it to look like, and why should I be excited?
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing, in fact, right? Because, you know, right? Because I look at everything through the lens of my kids, right? That's why it's going to be amazing. No, in all seriousness, it's about responsibility to the new generation, right? We have to do the right thing for the right reasons. And future of life should be about empowerment of citizens, right? It should be about, in fact, one of my critiques was that smart cities have failed to make the citizens smarter, right? The key element is that if you want to make city life more interesting, you have to engage citizens in any stage of the city alive. City is the world that you live in physically. It's already your metaverse, right? Physical sense. So what you need to do is engage citizens over that angle. And the way to engage them is to speak their language. So right now, we have 3 billion gamers. In 10 years, it's going to be 6 billion. And another 10 years, maybe the whole planet will be full of gamers. So if you want to harness that potential, cities have to become sort of a game-like experience, right? And it starts with the city developing itself. Like, for example, if I'm a city council and I want to launch a park, I might launch the park in a virtual twin first, show the consequence of the development, and let the citizen better taste it, in the virtual twin reality, and let them play it, and then ask them, by the way, not only vote for it, co-create it. Tell us what we should improve about the park. Like they might put a trash can here, here maybe some more lights, and here maybe a playground for the kids, so they can co-create. So citizen engagement will increase, and happiness will increase, right? And they can also manage the neighborhood. If they see there's too much traffic going on or too fast, they might propose changes by co-creating an idea and submitting it to the council, as if they would be building something in Minecraft and sharing with their friends. They could share a creation with the government, and the government can submit receive submitted proposals like that, right? So that's the highest level of engagement you can expect from citizens. But even if you are just a passive citizen, what you're going to get is a much more interactive reality that where you're exposed to just the same kind of the experience as you would be playing games, but also an engine would be working for you like every second of your life to improve the efficiency of your life, right? So you might see augmented reality embedded in a nice way. So that means an AR that's behind the building might not pollute your view because it's occluded by the physical building because the twin is occluding it, right? So the twin provides this infrastructure for AR, AI, and also for VR, meaning that now also you might invite friends to tag along with you from all over the world. They can teleport to your virtual twin reality and be ghosts next to you, right? So you can walk around in a park in London with a ghost that teleports in from Riyadh, for example. Or the way I described it to Neom and other projects is you could have visitors coming from all over the world and have an experience with you in the Saudi kingdom.
Wow, that is so exciting, and I can't wait to hear that. So can you discuss Tomorrow Foundation's plans for the future and how it's expanding its impact globally?
We are focused predominantly on Internet of Life. Internet of Life is the over-encompassing vision of how your life gets connected to the internet in the best possible way where your privacy is protected, but you're empowered as a citizen now to access, or as a user, to access the potential of everybody across the planet at a click of a link. And that link might be into a meeting experience, like we have launched with our application called Room, or it might be in the future from a citizen in another city that is running already in a virtual twin reality based city, and he might say, hey, I want to talk to you, just come and see me. And he sends you a link, a geospatial coordinated link, and then you click on the link and you appear next to him as a ghost, right? So that's the eventual path of Internet of Life, empowering people to connect and get together in a new way and making sure that unlocks potential, irrespectively of socioeconomic backgrounds, irrespective of religion, color. It's all focused on bringing people together to make the world a better place.
I love that vision.
Thank you so much.
For my very last question for you, I'd love to know, what were your thoughts about the Metaverse Roundtable that you participated in yesterday?
Oh, that was a lot of fun and very, very deep insights. So thanks for having me, first of all.
Absolutely.
And I really enjoyed to share my point of view things and also listen to all the different point of views. Yeah, like I said, some very nice deep thoughts. And it's evident that we have a lot of work to do to clarify the air, so to say, like what is it? What is the metaverse? How are you going to make it accountable and safe and secure? And it's been at our core of our business since the inception of Tomorrow Foundation to make sure that any future technology that touches our kids has to be responsible and has to do the right thing, right? And this forum is igniting that topic at a larger scale, which I'm very happy to be part of. So we want to do the right thing, and we will contribute to do whatever we can do to make this happen.
We were so lucky to have you share your insights and your perspective, so thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Well, Cevat, it was such a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to hear more about your progress with the Tomorrow Foundation.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And it was, again, great to see you and continue to have an amazing LEAP conference.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.